Welcome back to the Budget Archive. My name is Mitch. Now, of course, a little while ago I did do the Everything Wrong with Grand Archive video. Very popular, seems to have popped off a lot of different debates going on in the comments a bit around the things that are wrong with the game and what we would like to see done about it. Now, they did do the Worlds announcements at the end of Worlds around different things that are be going on in the future, and a lot of that did address some of the main points that I had in my video. So I just want to kind of go over those, talk about it, and see if we are going in the right direction here. Now, first off, I just want to go over the promos that are going to be for the next season, just because I like one of them, as most people who know me will know, and have a couple comments about the others. First one I have a couple comments about is Smoke Out. Great art. I think this art could have been used on maybe a slightly better card. Smoke Out is an okay card. It is played in a few different decks, but personally I don't play it, so that's just why I'm not a huge fan of it. But there will be people out there that absolutely love it and want to get a set of this. Uncover the Plot is the main one that I absolutely want. I'm going to be getting a set of this no matter what. It is the final Luxem card that needs a full art fancy version for my deck, as every single other card has actually got it, except for Striking Illuminance, but we'll get there eventually with that. It isn't necessarily needed in decks, so it's not too much to worry about. And in Steering Fumes, great card. Great card. This is the perfect Platinum rank type card. It is a card that not everybody wants, but it is definitely one that a lot of the max rarity for those assassins or those just win general decks that like playing around the Shinju allies especially, it is going to definitely, as we see more allies coming into the meta with all these automatons and everything, it's going to be one that a lot of players are going to be playing as well. So it's just a good one to have, and hopefully it's still relevant going into next season when people actually get their hands on it. We've got the Ascendant rank reward as well, being the CSR version, covered by my face cam, I apologize. But it is a great art, and I recommend you going and looking at the release notes as well and to have a look at that. Now, moving on to the first one, the next set, expansion set. Now, releasing December 11th, right before Christmas. It's going to be a pricey time of the year. But the good thing about this is that they have tried to address the problem with the UR hit rates, making it that 30% more res, super res, and URs in each box. So, of course, 30%, 1 in 3 boxes will have 2 URs effectively. Maybe a little bit less than that. I'm not too sure exactly on the math. Maybe someone can do that math and let us know in the comments down below exactly what the exact math will be. But being able to actually know that you could open a box and get to URs does help a lot. Also means that players are going to be able to open a couple cases and get most of their sets. Unlike this current set where I've had to open 4 cases already and I have not got a full playset of every UR. And I think there's a couple SRs as well that I'm missing a couple of still. Now, talking about the big hit rates as well of that, currently locally we are 2 CSRs out of 12 cases and 1 UR foil. Feels very, very bad having opened this much locally between about 5 players and only hitting 2 CSRs. Now, I have seen a lot of it around where people are posting their big hits, but a lot of it is that the big people that are opening a ton of cases are seeing a lower end of the CSR hit rate, being closer to about 1 in 4 cases, which isn't great. I'd like to see a higher hit rate over the lower hit rate for those high value sought after cards, just because as it sits currently, I have no intention of opening more cases. A lot of people locally don't really have any intention either, just because we feel like even if these cards in the set are good as they are in the current set, they're not going to be holding enough value to make opening cases worthwhile, knowing that we're pretty much guaranteed to not hit a CSR unless we open 4 or 5 cases. And then when you're opening a $200 US CSR out of those 4 cases, suddenly you're down about $2,000 and you're feeling the hurt. Now, going to the next set though, with this increase means that you can, as a player, open less cases in order to get your full play sets, meaning that maybe there won't be as much opened. They might do a lower print run, which hopefully they keep the CSR rates the same or higher in order to actually mean that you're going to be able to hit CSRs more often, even if they keep saying 1 in 15 boxes until I see the print runs for this current set. I'm not going to comment on whether they're actually 1 in 15 or not. We've also got the Beatrice Recollection and the Casella Recollection decks being announced. I know a lot of people are excited for Beatrice being Neos, and Casella I'm guessing is Arcane. I haven't looked into it too much, but it seems like they're going to be a couple fun decks. Neos has definitely needed some love for a long time, and I'm looking forward to seeing what they actually turn her into. Now, Distorted Reflection Altar. This is another thing. I'm not too sure how much I mentioned it in my first video, but it needed to change. We really needed it to change. 1 in 30 box hit rate has gone to 1 in 15. Now that is amazing. It makes it actually worthwhile to open this product for people chasing those CSRs, because previously in a lot of older sets, people just aren't wanting to open the boxes in order to get those high chase cards. They'd rather sit there, wait, and pay the high amount of money they're worth from players that are opening the boxes for cards in order to actually get their sets. Because ultimately, even if you open a CSR 1 in 15 boxes, you generally weren't making your money back, because the set got such high in price and the cards themselves, although worth quite a bit, didn't really replace that value of the cases. Now, of course, we've got a spoiler card here. Can't actually read his name on this thing. It's a CL card, CLI, Style Calling 114 Intercept Figure. As long as time is distorted, Seal's base power and life are each 7. I mean, it's a fun little card. Of course, you do have to use the ultra rare from DTR in order to turn time around in order to get that effect. Is it worthwhile? Probably not, but they generally don't do amazing CSRs in the Ultra versions. A lot of the time they are okay cards, but they're not like super playable cards that people want to chase for their decks, which does confuse me a little bit. I would think that you'd want to put some real high chase, good cards as CSRs in those Ultra products in order to entice people to open them and try their best in order to actually get the chases and then be able to sell on the cards to players in order to make some of their money back. The other announcement was Distorted Reflection new to Ultra Bundle. Yes, this is amazing. Now, I have talked to my store. They've already got pre-orders available for it. I do think it is a little bit pricey. I think we're looking around $50 a bundle-ish on new to Ultra bundles, which is effectively 4 booster packs, $50 New Zealand, by the way, not US. You're probably looking closer to $30 US. Now, yes, you do get the Reckoning's Weight promo. You get the 4 packs of the Ultra cards. It is a smaller box, but they still require the packaging cost, so I understand why it's worth a little bit more. I am probably going to get a case of this, probably open it on the channel just to show you guys what's in the cases. However, unless you are wanting the master set, it's probably not worth your while, just because there's not really any chases as such, except for the Ultra cards. So it's 4 booster packs, 7 cards per pack, 4 uncommons, 2 rares, 1 SR. Only new to Ultra cards, and each bundle contains the promo, being the Reckoning's Wake. Yeah, there's 40 new cards in the set. I'm guessing there's probably going to be like 8 SRs, 12, maybe, oh no, probably closer to 20 rares, and then a whole bunch of uncommons, maybe less, maybe like 14 rares, something like that. So you're probably going to be able to get a full set of the Ultra cards out of a case of this for 1 of each for Pantheon. For the main sets, for 4 of each card, 1 SR, there's 16 in a case of this. So you're looking at somewhere around 16, I believe, because I think it's just set odds. There's not any chance that you're going to open more SRs in a pack. So 4 SRs in a box, 16, so that's what, 64 SRs in a case. As long as the distribution's done properly, actually a case will probably give you a set depending on what the actual cards are and how many SRs there are. So it could be good for locals just to get a case of this amongst them, open them all up, get the play set each, and then figure out what they're missing for each other's sets, and then work it out from there. Personally, yeah, of course, I'm sorry, I'm going to open a case of this for you guys, but it'll probably be split with someone locally just to allow them to get their set as well. And then moving on, we've got the CSR Redemption event. I am blocking the logo for that, I'm afraid, but we see the main things being at upcoming Ascent level events, players can trade in 2 CSRs from Distorted Reflections First Edition to receive Angel Attendant CPR. Now, it was already announced previously that the redemption event for the Fluffy Shopkeep, Melbourne, I believe, was the last one for that. So, by saying that, the next one on from Melbourne, which I believe might be Texas, if I'm not wrong. Correct me if in comments if I'm wrong. But Melbourne should still be the fluffy redemption with A and B. And then this should be for the Texas one. And then I believe it is either Hong Kong, Singapore, something in the Middle East, not Middle East, in Asia. And then I'm hoping that the third one will be New Zealand, because I would love to try and get as many of these as I can. But DTR CSRs have shot up in price. I regret selling my Humpty Dumpties at about 60 US each. Thank you so much for watching. Just a quick video today just to go over everything that's been going on. Make sure to comment down below and let me know how your luck has been in the new set. And just to let me know if you have any thoughts about everything they've got coming up and what you might change, what you might do differently, or maybe even just let me know that it is perfect as it is. Until next time, stay safe.